welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 168, and I hope you've had a good week. I have. I've gotten a bit of things done and some just good news, which I will share later on. So if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming by each week and watching the channel and joining in. And I see some of you guys getting to know each other and chatting back and forth, and over here and over on the Facebook page, which is Katrina Knits, in case you haven't checked it out. So, I mean, that is what this is all about, and I'm really enjoying watching different friendships develop, and it's just a lot of fun. If you have not subscribed yet, please do hit the little red button down below, and if you click the little bell icon next to it, it will let you know anytime I post a video, which is Saturdays and most Wednesdays. So let's get started. I have one finished object, and these are the crocheted slippers. Last week I had one done and the other one was almost finished. So here they are. This is a knit crate pattern, and they are made, I can't say too much because it was a paid for pattern, but they are composed of a bunch of squares hooked together. So here it is. It's a little flax. I just washed them because I wore them for a while. And they have like a little Peter Pan heel, or a little flap thing. Kind of reminds me of Peter Pan socks. So there is one. Here is the other one. And this one, this is the one thing I'm not crazy about this pattern. This one looks adorable because the flap is the way it's supposed to be. This one, not so much. The flaps are not staying back, even though I blocked it. They're wanting to curl. So, yeah, that might be something I would leave off, or maybe now that I know this, I would turn this particular square a different direction so that the curl, like, curls out instead of in. But they're very comfortable, and they're nice and thick, which is what, they are thicker than I have to say, crocheted slippers are thicker than knitted slippers, just because the denseness of crochet, and this is all single crochet. So this is my finished object. Now my work's in progress. I needed a small project to be able to take with me because everything else I'm working on is big. So I started a pair of socks, and I'm actually working on some toe-up socks. And those of you who do toe-up socks, I totally cheated on this because I did not do a Turkish cast-on, which is what you normally do. I didn't do that. I just basically kept increasing. I'm doing 2 at a time. And then as a result, I had an open toe, which I then went and just whip stitched it shut. So I'm now working on the foot, and you can see there's a slight pattern to it. It's called a broken rib or waffle pattern. It's pretty much it's a knit 2, purl 2, and you do that for like 3 rows, and then you do 2 rows of just knit all the way around. So yeah, pretty simple pattern. And this yarn is some that was actually a pair of socks once before that I was not happy with how they turned out, and I ripped them all out. It's by On the Round. It is called Deconstructed Twinkle Twinkle. They don't sell this anymore. When I bought it, it was discontinued. But yeah, it's pretty. It's like a cream color, and it's got different colors of greens and cream. But every so often, and I'm seeing if I can find one for you, every so often there's a little speck of red that pops up. Like here you can maybe see it. Right here is a little like pinkish red spot. And like right over in here, there's like just some little random red speckles that pop up kind of to surprise you every so often. So that is work in progress number 1. Like I said, this is my car knitting, and I've got all the needles popping out. I'm knitting these on, I think it's 2.25. They're US ones. And this little bag that I'm using is actually a gift bag. If you look close, it's got Christmas print on it. This was a gift bag for something for Christmas a couple years ago. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, perfect. It's just the right size for socks. And I can hang my arm like this, hang it on my arm, and I can knit, and the ball of yarn stays right in there. So, yeah. So anyway, there is work in progress number 1. Sorry, I had to get up and shut the door because I was hearing noise from downstairs. And so work in progress number 2 was my weaving. I am weaving a herringbone scarf. I'm not sure if it's going to be a full-blown scarf or it's just going to be, if I'm going to sew it together at the ends and make an infinity scarf. We'll see when I get it done what I want to do with it. It all depends on how long it actually turns out. So I'm going to insert a picture of that because I can't bring my loom upstairs to film with it. But I am about, I'd say probably about 15 inches long. In the picture, you can see about this much of it, which is where I'm weaving right now. And the rest you can see rolled up onto the roller. So if it was all unrolled, I'm at about 15 inches right now. So here's a picture. I'm also working on some diamond art, which I've been working on this particular one for a while because we had 2 different bunches of company that came in between and I had to go put it away and then bring it back out. So I purchased this, I believe it was last summer, and it is 4 different scenes, 1 picture for each season. So I actually started it in the fall, so I'm working on the fall scene even though we are now officially in winter. So yeah, anyway, I'm a little delayed there, but hopefully I will get caught up. So I'm working on that, and the one I'm doing right now is a farm scene, and fall's my favorite time of the year, so that's part of the reason why I started with that one. Plus it was, like I said, fall when I got started, so let me show you how much progress I have made on that. Now my other 2 works in progress, I have a crocheted one that I am doing. One is the crocheted, and if you watch the introduction to the podcast, you will see it. Here it is. And I am making it a second time. My testers have finished with it. And so if you watched the holiday along, Chris Bragg showed hers in the holiday along. So if you want to go back and check hers out, it's over on the holiday along. But Tina Brenning also is making it. And so I'm going to insert a picture of hers. Hers is, I think it's done or it's very, very close. So I'm going to insert a picture of what hers looks like. It's in different shades of like reds. It's very pretty. So anyway, here's her picture of it. And now that they've both come back to me with the corrections that they were suggesting, now I am making it a second time just to make sure I don't have typos in it. So that way, if I work through the pattern, I'm more apt to catch if there's a problem or a mistake. So I'm doing it in purples because you guys know me. I love purples. So here it is so far. So this is color number 1, 2, 3, and I'm in color number 4, which is actually this. It's a real, real deep, deep purple. It's almost a maroon. It's so deep. So that's how far I am. I'm getting ready to do some popcorn stitches. So that is project number, what is that? Number 4. So now I have one more going because, you know, why not? Anyway, and that is my cabled sweater. This is knitting, and you can see from my progress keeper that I have done, it's right here, I have done about 1.5 inches this week. I am doing the decreases for the armholes, and there it is so far. I am looking so forward to getting this sweater done because I really want to make sure I can wear it before the weather gets warm. However, right now that's not a problem because we have a snowstorm headed in tomorrow night. So it's very cold. At the room I'm filming in, I'm freezing in right now, but which is a good thing I'm wearing a sweater. So yes. Now, before we do show and tell, I did want to highlight a couple things that you're going to see in the show and tell segment. First, there's Kim Garver, who is Appalachian Sock Company. If you remember, Kim Brame and I went there on a, quote, field trip. We also did a little yarn buying. But Kim uses a vintage sock making machine. And last week, she had showed some socks that she made that had little scalloped edges on the cuffs that were adorable. She's taken it to the next level this week. And if you check out her socks, it is so cool. There are some that have like lace, lattice work type of lace going up the sides. And then they have the scallops at the top with beading. How adorable is that? It's making me want to get a sock machine, except that I know how much they are. I tried the knitting machine for my mother and I just couldn't get into it. Socks, I maybe could do. My daughter was looking at the pictures because she watches over on the Facebook page and she's been seeing them and she says, I'm leaning towards wanting to get a sock machine. And then I told her how much they are for especially the vintage ones. She goes, okay, maybe not. But anyway, that is one thing that's over on the show and tell that you will see. The other thing is Yoka has started her challenge of the year for herself is to study and learn a new technique or craft, something like that, each month. So January's challenge to herself is to improve her Tunisian crochet techniques and stitches and to learn some new stitches. So you will see a few projects that she has made where every single one of them is different stitches. And so she's been playing with that a little bit. And it's over on her blog. So if you want to go over and check her blog out, you can see more about what she's posting. Oh, one more thing before I roll that. One of the ladies that is in here, Kristen, is actually my supervisor at work. So she's also a knitter and a crocheter, and she's given me a pattern that I want to try for a poncho. So anyway, she has some knitted and crochet. I think all of hers are crocheted this week. She has some projects too to go check out as well. So now I really will, for real, run the show and tell. Now this week, what I told you I was so excited about, what was really exciting news is, if you watched last week, I told you that I am waiting for knee replacement, and in order to do so, I need to lose 25 pounds. So my goal is to get this done because nobody likes pain. Although my knee is feeling really good right now, the cortisone that they gave me a shot of is working its way through the joint. So my knee is actually feeling really well right now, but I need to get this done. So I have been really, really struggling, but well, not really, really struggling. For years I've been struggling, but I am really, really serious about losing weight now. So I figured for accountability, I would have to be accountable to you guys each week and let you know what I have done. That way it makes me think twice before I put things into my mouth. So last week I had lost 2 pounds in like 2 or 3 days because I filmed on Friday and I had been to the doctor on Wednesday. So about 2 days I was down about 2 pounds. I have no clue how. But anyway, this week, though, I have lost, since I filmed last Saturday, I have lost 4.2 pounds. I have, again, no idea why, other than I am tracking everything I eat, and I've been trying to drink more water. Of course, when you drink more water, you have to run to the bathroom more. My coworker was laughing at me the other day. Thankfully, I was working in the office, but I'm sitting there drinking this big jug of water. Every hour, on the hour, up I jump and go run to the bathroom. So, yeah, she was laughing. She goes, water? More water? So, but it seems to be helping. So all total, I got started 10 days ago. I have lost 6.2 pounds. So, and I'm not starving. And I'm eating what I want, but I'm pretty much watching how much I eat. So, yeah. So anyway, I was very excited. And I've cut down on the diet sodas. I haven't drank regular soda for years. I just don't care for it. I like the diet soda. But I've even cut back on that and trying to drink water instead. So the water seems to be helping a lot. Now, I have a couple of acquisitions this week. So the first one is for my grandson. He wanted, my daughter, I've shared with you guys before, my daughter and son-in-law lost their house in a fire this past summer. And a lot of their belongings they were not able to save. The house itself didn't burn down. It was mainly a lot of the first floor, but because of the smoke damage, they pretty much took the house to the studs. So a lot of the things that they had so much smell in them, and just the smoke and everything else, the chemicals that just permeated, they lost a lot. One of the things that one of the kids lost was their baby blanket that they were very attached to. And so they asked me to make another one. So this is, I have 2 skeins of this. I just brought one up to show you. This is Red Heart Super Saver. And yes, it is brown because this particular grandchild, his nursery was done in greens and browns. And she didn't want to have a green blanket because the child before had a green blanket, and we didn't want any confusion over whose blanket was whose. Because most of her children I used the same pattern for. So she asked me to make it in brown. So it is a brown and the Super Saver. I got this at Joann's yesterday. So, and the pattern I am doing, it's called Lydia's Cables. Hang on, be right back. I'll see if I can find the picture of it. Okay, I found it, but it's funny because the copy that I have, which was a paper copy from a book, was called Lydia's something or other. It was Lydia was in the name. But this one is it's called Knit Along with Debbie Maycomer, who is an author. And she has a knitting series. I've never read it because I like mysteries. But she has a series called The Shop on Blossom Street. And so this book, I don't even know if it's still in print anymore because it's an older book, but it was 11 baby Afghans inspired by the New York Times bestselling book, The Shop on Blossom Street. So in this particular book, they are calling the same pattern Only the Finest for Amelia. So I'm not quite sure why the name is different, but the pattern is the same. So here you can see it. Now there are some things I'm going to leave off. This has a lace edging to it. This is a boy. I don't think he wants the lace edging. And the original pattern, I don't know if it's going to show up or not. You can see right at the bottom here has a ribbon that runs through here. Now the first blanket with this pattern I made for my granddaughter, and it was yellow, and I put this really sweet little ribbon woven all the way through, and it gets tied with a little bow. It looks adorable, but I ripped it out because my fear was, what if that ribbon became, detached in some way and they got it caught around their neck. So, yeah, it looks really sweet and it's really cute, but I myself didn't feel comfortable with the ribbon, so it got ripped out, and every one of them I made after that was no ribbon in it. So anyway, that is the pattern I'm going to be making for my grandson and replacing the blanket that he lost. So that's my first acquisition. Then I got Kim Brame. She and I are enablers to each other, definitely. She messaged me the other day and said, there is a yarn company that has hand-dyed yarn. They are going out of business, and they have $26 yarn, and they're selling it for $8 a piece. Did I say no? Of course not. I went shopping. I only bought 2 skeins. I was good. Yeah, I was pretty good. So what I bought, here it is. It's called Unique Sapphire. And I don't know that she even has anything still available over in her shop because it was selling out pretty quick. This is a 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. It's a 4-ply fingering weight. The color is called Mulane, and it is 437 yards. Look at the colors of this. And here's the funny thing. Okay, I went to knit night, and Kim, if you're watching this, yes, I'm wearing the same sweater that I wore yesterday because I wanted to show everybody else what I was showing you last night. I must like these colors a lot because the sweater I am wearing, let me show you the sleeve. It's like the reverse of the colors here. It's got the same teal. It had teal specks in it. It's mixed. The gold color you see in this was actually a solid yarn, which was hobium, that I mixed it with. However, the other yarn that I used in this was called Amber Plus, and it had golds in it, and it had specks of teal, and it had blotches of brown. So this is like the exact reverse. It has instead teal and like a cream color and like speckles of brown. So what I'm thinking, I have 2 skeins of this. If I make something like a shawl or something, I can actually wear these together and they would go as if they were meant to be paired together. As you can see right there. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. When I bought this, I was like, oh, I like those colors. And then I got home and went, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, you can really see it. You can really see it with this side. Right there. So yeah, and it is extremely soft. So it's going to be some type of a shawl that I can wear around my neck or infinity scarf or something. I'm not sure if I'm going to knit or crochet it because I do have plenty, so I could crochet something if I wanted. But yeah, it will go like it was meant to go with this sweater. So that is my acquisitions, but I'm not the only one that went shopping at Unique Sapphire. Kim Brame brought her yarn that she got last night. So it was funny. We both sat down. And I said, I brought the yarn I got. So did I. So she pulled hers out. She did a little more shopping than I did. So I'm going to insert a picture of what she got from the yarn shop. So, yeah, the 2 of us had quite a bit of fun over there. And so if you want to go check it out and see if there's anything left, they did have she did have some linen, I think, and some cotton yarn left the last time I looked. So anyway, that's over there. It again is called Unique Sapphire, if there's anything left. So now it is time for our Now, over in our Come and Get It section this week, we have Annie's has a crochet weekend pullover, and it popped up on their site, and I was like, oh, that is really cute. It's a striped pullover. It's really cute. It is $5.99 to $8.99, depending on whether you choose a print on demand or a digital pattern. So that is the crocheted one, and I will insert a picture. And then over in their knitting section, they had this, I saw this and I was like, oh, this is kind of pretty. Because, you know, like I'm into wraps apparently right now, you know, based on my pattern. So it looks like a deep type of wrap that just wraps around your shoulders, but it has really deep pockets in it as well. So that one is on sale for $5.99 right now for that pattern. So that is Annie's, and all of the links to the sales are down below in the description box. Just click the show more. It'll drop down. You click on that link, it'll take you right over there. Bluprint is having a sale on their Bernat satin yarn for $1.57 right now. They also have their Bremont Camino alpaca, which I have bought, and I made the Swedish line shawl out of, and I bought some autumn colors that I'm going to be making into a sweater later on. They're selling that for $4.70 right now. And this is a really good buy. Lion brand Pound of Love yarn for $6.43. Yeah. So anyway, that's Lion brand Pound of Love, which I think normally sells, like at Joann's, I saw it yesterday, it normally sells for $9.99. Although they were having a sale on it too. But anyway, yeah, that's what Bluprint has. Consumer Crafts is offering, they have some of their like journals on sale for $5. Now let me show what they look like because I own several of them. Okay, this is the 5x8 journal. It's normally $5.97. Now this color's not on sale, but the ones that I did see that are on sale are a turquoise, which I have one of those too. They have a turquoise, and I think there's a purple one. There's several colors that are on sale for $5 instead of $5.97. And it is 5x8¼ inches, and there's over 200 and some pages. I'm reading the back of the label here. It doesn't say how many, but I know there's over 200 pages on this. And the pages are just, you know, they're plain. So you can use them for drawing, or in my case, I keep my YouTube notes in them. I have another one that I have set up as a planner, and I actually like drew a calendar, you know, and set it up to use as my planner because I'm a planner girl. It comes with a bookmark, and then it also has an elastic strap so you can like keep it shut. So all for $5, and it comes in a variety of colors. So that is over at Consumer Crafts. Then over at Create for Less, they have their little plastic rings. And you probably wonder, what in the world do you do with them? I think they're meant for curtains. I've used them for stitch markers, but they're just little plastic rings. They're made by Boye, B-O-Y-E. They're called Carbones, and they come in different sizes. The smallest white ones I use as stitch markers, but if you do really big knitting needles, they sell them in, I think, a 3/4 inch and a 1 inch, and then they sell them in a 2 inch, which is what makes me think that you can use them for curtains and things like that. They've got them in a bag for 99 cents. Now, you may be wondering, what does this have to do with anything? Well, number one, the smaller ones you can use as stitch markers, and there's a bunch of them in a bag for 99 cents over at Create for Less. But you can also use them to make Dorset buttons. Now, if you don't know what a Dorset button is, I do have a tutorial, which I will stick. If you click the little eye here, it will take you over to Dorset button making. It is actually one of my most viewed videos that I ever did, and I hope to redo it as soon as I get a better microphone, because when I initially filmed that video several years ago, I did not have I didn't have the means but to do really good tutorials, so the camera angle is not real good. So now that I have that better camera, I need a better microphone. It works fine when I'm filming somebody, but if I'm filming myself, the microphone isn't very loud. So I want to get that corrected, and then I'm going to refilm that video so it's a little bit better to watch. But a Dorset button, kind of back to the subject now, a Dorset button is you take a round ring and you use embroidery thread or yarn, and you actually create a fabric button, and some of them are very, very detailed. You can put beads on them. They're very, very pretty. They were in industry back in the 17 and 1800s over in the UK, in the Dorset area, which is why they're called Dorset buttons. So what you can do with a Dorset button by making it is, and how it would apply to knitting and crocheting, is if you were making a sweater or something where you need a button and you want it to blend in, or you want it to look like it actually goes with the outfit perfectly, you could make a Dorset button. So, yeah, anyway, those are on sale, so you could use them for stitch markers or to make Dorset buttons, but they are 99 cents per package. The Dollar Tree actually they have a lot of craft supplies. I usually talk about the yarn that they have over at the Dollar Tree. And again, even with the craft supplies, you do need to buy them as a case. But if you looked in the show and tell, Debbie Aubie has made a lot of craft things, and a lot of the craft things she gets, she has said she's gotten from the Dollar Tree. So, yeah, there's lots of things over there that even if you're buying in a case, if you make things to sell, you want things in bulk anyway. But yeah, they have like the wire wreaths and things. I think you only had to buy like 4 or 6 of them, in order to buy them by the case. So it'd be like $4 to $6, and you got wreath forms. So, all different types of things like that over there. So it's worth checking out before you go spend more than what you need to spend. At least for me, I look for a bargain. So anyway, that is the dollar store. Knit Crate. I've been advertising the 20% off box, but just recently they were running a sale. I posted it over on Facebook. I will try to get the link and repost it down below here, where if you sign up, you can sign up for your first box for $5. $5 for your first box to give it a try. And if you don't like it, you can cancel the subscription. That's even better than 20% off the first box. $5. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. If I can find it still, if it's still running, I will put the post down below, and you can go over to Knit Crate and give it a shot. So, Knit Picks, they are having a clearance of up to 60% off of their yarn. It's already marked down. You don't need to use a coupon code. Some of the examples of what they've got for sale are Brava Premium Acrylic for $1.19, and they have it available in several different weights. So I saw it in bulky, I saw it in worsted, I saw it in like sport, sock weight. The sale only runs until January 20th. So today you're watching this on the 18th, so it's going to end on Monday. So yeah, if you're interested, go check it out. So that again is Knit Picks. Leisure Arts has diamond art and patterns. They are offering, in fact, some of my diamond art, not the ones that you saw in the show, or not in my works in progress. That one I got off of Amazon, but they do have a lot of their diamond art. They also sell knitting and crochet patterns. Leisure Arts, most people are familiar with. They've been around forever. And if you order more than $35, you can get free shipping. Now, Lion Brand has named a yarn color of the year. Now, I think they've done this in the past too, but this year's yarn color of the year is called Succulent, which, like cactuses and that type of green. It's kind of a frosty green, grayish color, sagey green, something like that. Things that fall into that color palette. That is going to be their yarn color of the year. And they are currently offering 35% off of their yarn and their kits. You do need to use a coupon code JAN35, so JAN35, to get that discount. Now I have a new affiliate link, which is kind of exciting, so I'm going to tell you about it. I just picked it up this last week. It's called Prime Publishing. They put out magazines for knitting and crochet. They put out the magazine. It's called I Like Crochet, and the other is called I Like Knitting. They are digital magazines. They are not in print form, so just be aware of that. There's 3 different levels you can sign up for, okay? The first one is called the Select, which is up to, I think it's 75 patterns that you can have access to, and it's 99 cents a month. Okay, the next level that they have is called Magazine Tablet. It's set up specifically if you have a tablet. Okay, and that one is 6 issues a year plus 25 patterns. And so you get the magazine. The first one, you don't get the magazine. The second one, you get 6 issues of their magazine and 25 patterns, and it's 99 cents per month. And then, so it's roughly $1.98 per magazine. Plus you get a bunch of patterns thrown into it. Then there is Magazine Web, which is the same 6 issues of their magazine, but up to 600 patterns that you have access to, and it's $1.49 a month. And then they have their gold membership, which is like all of the above type of thing, and it is $1.97, which comes out to $23.64 per year. So if you're interested in that, that is over. I will put the links down below. That is for I Like Crochet and I Like Knitting. So there will be 2 separate links, one for the knitting, one for the crochet, that I'll stick down there. So that is my new affiliate link. So I thought that might be kind of fun and exciting. Wednesday's video this week will be my Knit Crate unboxing, because it's actually due in today. I'm filming on Friday. It's due in sometime this afternoon, hopefully. And yeah, so you can check out what this month's is. I know it's blue. And it almost looks hand-dyed. When I saw the previews, it's 2 different skeins. Usually they're matched. But once in a while, they'll do 2 separate skeins that actually will blend together when you do a pattern. So one might be more tonal, one might be more patterned. The one that was more patterned almost looks like it's hand-dyed, like this type of thing. So it should be exciting. So that will be Wednesday's video this week. So make sure you stay tuned to check it out. So that is it for this week. Again, thank you all for watching. And if you would like to submit things to the show and tell, you can submit it through the Facebook page. Just put a little bit about it so that if those of us who like a pattern and we see it, we know what to go for. Or you can send me an email and send a picture that way. And the email is KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.